Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up weekdays. Catch us live, somebody, let's go.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good evening and good morning. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. I guess I lied, y'all. I thought I was going to be not on live until tonight, but it looks like I lied. It wasn't intentional, I swear to God. Just some things have presented themselves, and now we're kind of now I just want to jump on and do this as a quick live because I don't have the time to do this as a pop-up video and all that. So I figured might as well just do it now and forever hold my peace. And sorry if I look balmy. I just came from the gym, so I'm a little warm right now. But as I was getting things going, I was like, you know what? Let me just chop it up with the fam. This is new. This is big news, actually. In my personal opinion, this is some pretty big news, and so I wanted to get a chance to share this with you guys. And at least it gives us some ideas on what kind of things that they have. You see the title down below. This is breaking as of like just a little bit ago. I'm serious. Just got back home. Was about to do a completely different pop-up video for you guys. Saw that this was popping. Like that this just dropped. And I was like, okay, haven't really talked to you guys about Kohberger in the past couple days. So let me give you guys a little updates on the information that we have so far, right? So, yeah, let's get into this. So, I can't be on for a very long time, okay, guys? But I will be back a little bit later on today. My plan is still to do a live later on today. So you're going to be seeing me quite a bit. I'm doing a lot of catch up. So I got some pop-up videos coming to you guys today. And I'm still planning on doing a live with you guys a little bit later on. So let's just jump right into it. All right. So hit that like button down below if you can. That would be greatly appreciated. Send it past 300 likes as you start to file in. This is brand new. This is not old news. This is brand new news. And I think a lot of us have been wanting to know at least something as far as what 5-0 has had or what they've retrieved so far. And I think this will be interesting enough for you guys to want to, get your ear to this and hear what's going on. Okay. And of course, do not forget to hit that subscribe button. All right. If you haven't done that, please do so. Please share this feed. That'd be great. And for those of y'all who already are subscribed, consider hitting that notification bell so that whenever I go live or whenever I upload something, you get that notification. Sometimes these internet streets can be a little funky and you guys don't get the information in the updates. Okay, so hit that, and of course think about consider hitting that join button down below as well and becoming a member of the family. All right, anyway, let's get into some things, guys. We got some things to talk about and we don't have a whole lot of time to do it, so let's rock and roll. Now, you see the title down below. This is not fake news. Okay, this is the real deal. Holyfield, we got some new information. Now, it's not from the police in Moscow. Let me just make that abundantly clear. As you see in the title down below, it says Penn cops, Pennsylvania cops. Okay, this is the stuff that they seized or that they've received. Okay, when they actually arrested Bryan Kohberger. And for those of y'all who are late to the party, if you don't know who Bryan Kohberger is, I've been covering this man quite a bit. As of recently, there's been some new updates. He is the one who is suspected of taking the lives of 4 college students, Xana, Maddie, Kaylee, and Ethan, all right, on that tragic night. And of course, a lot of us have been wanting to know what the heck is going on and why did this stuff happen. But we also want to know, at least for me, the burning question is, what kind of information, what kind of items, what kind of evidence does 5 actually have? Let's keep it real. 5 has been very, very, very quiet. They have been holding a lot of things, as they would say, over and over again. We're just playing this close to the vest. We're holding this close to the vest. They've been saying that quite a bit recently. Okay, or shoot, I let me correct myself. They've been doing that since day one. Basically not saying anything, keeping everything close to the vest, which, is understandable, but can also be really annoying for all of us, us nosy individuals who want to know the truth of what's going on here, okay, and finding out the facts, right? Well, they have just unsealed, okay, or have released some information on the items that were received that they took from Bryan Kohberger's parents' home. So we got to take a look at this because I thought this was interesting enough and worth the looky-loo, okay? But let's take a look at this. And this is what the article says here. Revealed. Pennsylvania cops seized 4 medical gloves, a silver flashlight, and Bryan Kohberger's Under Armour socks, boxers, and shorts. I'm assuming they're all Under Armour, I guess, when they arrested him at his house. Okay? And for those of y'all who are like, Daily Mail, Daily Mail. Well, I got another one for you too, as well. Just for those of y'all who feel some type of way about the periodicals that are being read. Okay? Here's another one as well, just so you know. Okay? Bryan Kohberger's Pennsylvania warrants unsealed. Okay, so I'm going to be hopping back and forth from both articles here, just so you know. Okay, and my girl Nur, sending nothing but love to you and your family right now. Sending nothing but love to you and your family right now. Okay, Nur, we love you here, and we're all with you. All right, I hope you and your family are doing well. All right. But let me get this. Avery, thank you so much for the 10. Got to tell you, these are items on Bryan's person. Items from the house are not listed. Thank you so much for letting me know that. But see, items nonetheless on his body can be a very good thing. At least that's what I think, right? DNA all up in that stuff, okay? All of that Bryan goodness. You know what I'm saying? All that sustenance all around him. You know what I'm saying? The thing hugging his birthing hips and all that as well. I'm just saying. Okay? Period. All right. So let's get into this. Okay? I'm gonna be hopping in. I'm gonna be hopping back and forth from this article and another one. Okay. So just rock and roll with me. Okay. But I think this is information that I think we'd all would want to know. So a Pennsylvania court has unsealed the December 30th search warrant in the Idaho student unalivings case, which led to the arrest of Bryan Kohberger at his parents' house in Pocono Mountains, nearly 7 weeks after the slayings. Now, the police seized a number of new items at the home, including, now here's the thing though, because Avery just said, just so you know, this was on his person. But then my question is, he got black surgical gloves just chilling on his person. That's awkward as hell. Let me just say that. That be awkward. I'm just saying that for everybody. I know some of y'all be like, well, yeah, I walk around with medical style gloves in my pockets on my person every day. You never know. You might have to do an impromptu surgery. I don't think so. But at the same time, bit odd in my personal opinion. Okay. To me, that screams him guilty. Okay. Or he's a hypochondriac. Either way, very, very interesting. Okay. So let's continue here. All right. So they've seized a number of new items at the home, including medical style gloves, a black sweatshirt, size 13 Nike sneakers. And they also took a buckle swab, I guess DNA swab. All right. And hopefully I'm saying that, I'm pronouncing that properly. Kohberger, we already know it's criminology. We've been known this. Like, we got a PhD in this dude already. Shoot. We already know. You know what I'm saying? We already know about this dude. Sidecar Tommy, what's up, man? Long time. What's good, my brother? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, my dude. Miss you, buddy. But find that very, very interesting. Okay. Now, let's continue on. Hold up. Where's my mouse? So this is basically the form. Okay. Basically the form of the things that they've received, that they seized at the house. Okay. And sure, some of this could all of this could literally was what was on his body. But then also, yeah, it's a cheek swab. Yeah, like a cheek swab. Thank you, Rosa. I appreciate that. But like I said, this could very well be all the things that were on his body, right? But they got a flashlight. I don't think that would be on his body. Like, why would he be chilling when they break into the house? Like, get on the floor, you know what I mean? All that stuff, all that chaos, right? Why would he have a silver flashlight, for example? It says right there at the top, okay? Number 1 with the bullet. It says 1. I guess that's a defiant, silver flashlight. Why would that be on his person? That just seems a bit odd, okay? Seems a bit odd. Leah MT, thanks for the 5. Brian Goodness, I'm sorry. Yes, I mean, his boxes and stuff, all that, and his clothes. That's, I got DNA all over the place right now on these clothes. All of my, my goodness, right? So they can definitely shave off and whatever they need to do, from the things that were on his body. But still, though, seems a bit odd that he would have just a silver flashlight just chilling by him. What, did they do blackouts at their house randomly? It just seems a bit weird. Okay? That's all I'm saying. All right? So anyway, moving on. Silver flashlight. All right? 4 medical style gloves. Now remember, let's just take a small, quick trip down memory lane. Okay? Now, wasn't there stories being told before he got arrested while they were watching him from afar? Wasn't he cleaning his car out thoroughly with surgical gloves on? Wasn't he also going and shopping at the store wearing surgical gloves because he didn't want to leave his fingerprints and some of his DNA out there? I mean, it is it's just weird. So again, why would he do that if he ain't guilty? And I will say this too. If that was because he was awkward or that he had any type of mental health issues, maybe a hypochondriac, a germaphobe, fear of germs, etc., wouldn't we have heard those stories from all of the people that have spoken about him in college and all that? Wouldn't he be wearing these gloves all day long, every day, whenever you see him out? He's a really nice guy, but he's really quiet to himself. He was a genius, and he'd love to let everybody know he was a genius, but he wore these surgical gloves all the time. It was weird. No one says those things, right? So, and also, remember the body cam footage when he got pulled over? Not once, but 2 times a lady. He got pulled over twice. You saw him driving. Was he wearing gloves at that time? Don't worry, I'll wait. No, he wasn't. So why would he have surgical gloves now? Is it suddenly Pennsylvania's just dirty? And Idaho is clean? In Washington is clean, but somehow, for some weird reason, his hometown is just dirty. That makes no sense, right? So if this is on his body, if this was on his person at the time of his arrest, that is weird. Okay. Yes, I know about the vid and the Rona. I get all that stuff. But at the same time, though, he would have been wearing those things. We would have heard the stories. Everybody would have been like, yo, I saw him, a nice guy. He's a brilliant dude, but I saw him wearing these gloves all the time. That's what he does all the time. Right? I feel like that's a big piece of information that people would say to add to his character, right? At least that's what I think. I mean, y'all could disagree. That's totally fine. But, and of course, um, the chicantique, exactly. When cleaning certain things, yes. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense to wear gloves when you're, dealing with chemicals. But when you're going out shopping, and NECA, yes. But no one said anything about him. You see what I'm saying, though? Do you get it? I hope y'all get what I'm saying. I just feel like that's a big piece of information that would explain so many things to us about who he is or how he was as a person. How he is as a person. He ain't gone. He's still alive. But anyway, I just think, because everything else is just clothing, right? But a flashlight, a bit odd. At least I think. And then medical style, the gloves, very weird. Very, very weird. Let's move on. Item 3, white Arizona jean. Oh, okay. So white Arizona Jean Co. large T-shirt. So I guess it was a T-shirt with some sort of company on it. Arizona Jean Company, I guess. I ain't never seen that before, but that's news to me. Champion WSU Cougars large black sweatshirt. A pair of black and white size 13 Nike shoes. He's a tall guy, so it makes sense that he would have size 13s. A pair of black Under Armour socks, and he could have been wearing those at the time, for sure. Some of these things, for a fact he's wearing, okay? Like, I'm sure he's wearing some of these, and some of these things were just maybe in his room, back in his parents' house. Under Armour black large shorts, which he could have been wearing. Then also Under Armour black boxers, large, which he could have been wearing as well, which is still a good thing. And then, of course, they had the cheek swab. Okay. So according to court documents, police found a K-bar knife sheath, we already know, and recovered a DNA sample from the stab. That DNA is a familial match for another sample taken from the trash at the Kohberger residence in Albrightsville, Pennsylvania. After tracking Kohberger across the country, police said they believed his vehicle, allegedly spotted at the crime scene the night of the slayings, was parked in a 2-car garage on the west side of his parents' house. And here's, of course, the search warrant as well. Okay. Emailed me. Thank you so much for the 5, Avery. Just emailed you the type part of the warrant in case you don't have it. Thank you. I appreciate you sending that to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will look for that. Yes, indeed. I will take a look at that in just a minute. But of course, this is all the paperwork revolving around what they received. Of course, the search warrant and what they received here. Let's see. Documents, records, drugs and other substances, prescription and or otherwise, bottles, labels, syringes. Yeah, basically just anything that they received from actually arresting and taking this man into custody and seeing what they have, right? Now, of course, this is part of the affidavit, which is, of course, what we've all come through like a mother lover. All right. But let me see here. Let me see what we have here as well. Oh, yeah. Same thing, but I know that I appreciate the help. So let me show you guys this as well. But it says here, so on Wednesday, December 28th, 2022, the Pennsylvania State Police was requested to assist the Moscow Police Department, Moscow, Idaho, and the FBI with a homicide investigation which occurred on Sunday, November 13th, 2022. As part of this investigation, we reviewed reports of and affidavits prepared by Moscow PD, establishing probable cause for issuance of search warrants related to this investigation, which are included in this affidavit of probable cause as Exhibit A. Furthermore, investigators began physical surveillance of the property and the area of 119 Lambsden Drive, Chestnut Hill Township, and the early morning hours of Tuesday, December 27th, 2022, observed Bryan K. Walking near this residence. Additionally, Kohberger's vehicle was observed entering the Indian Mountain Lakes development on December 16th, 2022, and the vehicle is still believed to be on the premises. Investigators are also monitoring BK's cell phone service or cellular phone, which appears to be in the same vicinity of this residence. On Wednesday, December 28th, 2022, while conducting surveillance, investigators observed BK traveling throughout Monroe County and arriving back at his residence in Lambsden Drive. Based upon this, your affiance, I've never seen that before. Your affiance, sorry, I'm just reading some of these things. Your affiance believe that Bryan Kohberger is located inside this residence and in possession of items related to this investigation. So they were also requesting a search warrant to be issued for the search and seizure of all items listed in the items to be searched, along with forensic processing of all items. They were also requesting all digital devices seized be forensically examined in a controlled environment at some future date and until such examinations are complete. Additionally, based upon the serious and violent nature of these crimes, including a risk of general public safety, they're requesting a nighttime search warrant be issued to execute this search warrant at any time and the affidavit of probable cause be sealed. Now, what's very, very interesting, okay? What's very interesting about this too is that, especially that last part here, they're requesting a nighttime search. I'm sorry, my logo's covering some of this. But what I find very interesting, they said, we want a nighttime search. That's insane, right? Because they were like, because of, just the risk of the general public safety and how severe how they lost their life. I mean, no matter what, it's 4 people, whether it was just a simple stick and run, or if it was a savage, graphic scene that he left behind, doesn't matter. He still took the lives of, allegedly took the lives of 4 people. So yeah, it would be for the public safety to attempt to take this man at night rather than try to take him during the day, because you don't know what he's capable of doing. Right? Yes, Avery. Exactly. Safety first, always and forever. Right? So this is very, very interesting. And yes, bad girl, catch him off guard, especially if he's sitting there watching some reruns of Jerry Springer or something like that. You know, Maury Povich, you are not the father. You know what I'm saying? In his skibbies, just chilling. But apparently, with this, if all those things were on his person, he's in all black, basically chilling, most likely just chilling on the couch with some surgical gloves, four pairs of surgical gloves, right? And a silver flashlight just chilling on his side randomly. Why? So random if that was the case. But still, pretty wild stuff. And Ashley O'Brien said, taking someone at night versus the day is more common than not. That is true too, because I mean, if you really think about it, it's less kids running around, less chaotic stuff going on. They can move in a more stealthy way. They're not expecting anything. You see what I'm saying? They could just jump in when they're really comfortable. But during the day, that guy could be suited and booted, ready for anything. So, and that's anybody. That's not just BK. That's everybody, right? Now, I don't want to give anybody any crazy ideas. I'm just saying, it would be easier to capture this person at night than it would be to capture a person during the day. But it is very interesting, though. When you look at this, they say, hey, looking at all of this, I mean, even at the top of this, they're saying, they would, and of course, this is a person who's a part of the Pennsylvania State Police, basically saying like, he's been doing this for many, many years. He's conducted hundreds of criminal investigations, including numerous homicide investigations. So this ain't his first rodeo, right? So the fact that they went and got him the way that they did is pretty. I mean, it is standard, but at the same time, it's pretty damn cool. So, and of course, they were saying exactly what we've already known is when he actually arrived, right? They're saying, of course, in that piece that we saw, that some of that paperwork, they basically said that they have been watching him. Obviously, they were watching him from. Yeah, I almost said Romeo. Yeah, I know. I don't know why. My dog's named Romeo, so it was easy. But as you can see, they basically were saying proof positive that they were surveilling him from the moment that he left the state to the moment that he arrived at his front door. It's pretty crazy. And of course, we've already heard all the other stories. Okay. We heard all the other stories about how he was shopping with gloves on. He was cleaning his car. He was dumping trash in other people's and neighbors' trash cans and all that. And I get it. There's some people out here going, I shop with gloves. Okay, that's you. Okay, but when you're suspected of muerte, okay, multiple muerte, I don't, no disrespect to anybody who shops with gloves on. Hey, by all means, do you, boo-boo. But if you're suspected of unaliving somebody or multiple people, and then you're found out in public shopping with these things on, I'm sorry, people are going to suspect things. And you can't blame them for thinking that, because it's not what you see every day right now. Maybe in the very beginning when the panty started, but you don't see it as much now. All right. But again, no disrespect. Okay. No disrespect to anybody who shops with gloves on. Okay. Stay safe out there. Stay clean. Nothing wrong with that. But you're not also on the run. Well, unknowingly on the run for for allegedly taking 4 lives. You see. And then on top of it, it's the trash across the street. Yes. Yes. 4 muertes. Okay. Exactly. 4 muertes. That's a lot. So, like I said, do you. Okay. Now, they're saying other items were seized, including a silver flashlight and several other articles of clothing. Now, I mean, he may have been super layered up because, I mean, I'm going to go back to that list one more again, just so we can see it all together as a family. And guys, don't forget to hit that like button down below. That would really mean a lot. Send it past 300 likes. All right. Your boy's working hard out here in these streets to give you some stories. So please hit that like button, por favor. All right. And send it past 300. That would really mean a lot. But you see all these items here. Okay. All of these items. He could have been wearing those sneakers for sure. Unless he had his house shoes on. He might have had his slides on or something like that. Right? That could be it too. But I mean, majority of these things he could have been wearing at that particular time. But as far as the four medical style gloves, I'm sorry, I didn't mean 4 pairs, but he had 4 of them. Just what, in his pockets? A little bit weird. And of course, this is just the tip, because you got to remember he was going home for a little bit. Maybe he was going home for good. I don't know, but he was going home for a bit after this cross country trip. I'm sure he had at least a small little bag of clothes. So you know for a fact that they got all of that stuff as well. You know, this is just a little bit of what they have, right? Let's see what this says here.
She is on the phone with us as well. Mercedes, I don't know how much of a chance you've had to go through this affidavit for a search warrant. Again, one of the things that I thought was very curious is that they're looking up internet. Mm-hmm. They're looking to see if Kohberger had any internet searches to review other murders or violent assault, stabbings, or cutting of other people, as well as how to avoid detection after the commission of such crimes. I mean, obviously, the indications are that this was premeditated. Is this a standard thing that police do with a search warrant, or could this be specifically keyed to some information that they may have about Kohberger?
Hey, that's a great question, John. First, it really is about what they're used to routinely do in these types of cases. They're going to look for digital evidence. There's a treasure trove that exists. Are there direct messaging to any of the victims? There had been reports early on that he had already been connected to at least Kaylee Gonzalez. That's what Mr. Gonzalez, her father, had said early on, that there may have been some connection. And that connection could certainly be established through social media, direct messaging that can happen on various platforms there. But looking at the digital evidence, if it is a connection that he has with some criminal case in the background, well, we know that he's got an extensive background in criminology. A lot of that he's already probably studied in school. But what they're mostly focusing in on, and whether or not there was anything regarding disposing of evidence, some concealing of evidence. We know that the butchery was so extreme, and there must have been a significant cleanup after the murders. And we know how these poor individuals, these kids were murdered, which is just devastating just to think about it. It was such extreme butchery. So they're looking for digital evidence about what do you do? How do you clean your car? The fact that he left there and drove in his car, and by all accounts, all the experts say that he must have been covered in the victim's blood. He's now allegedly driving back to his home if he is indeed the killer. How do you clean up the car? That digital evidence is perfect, because frankly, you and I and the rest who have not committed these horrendous crimes would ever conceivably think about looking up that information in the digital airwaves.
Now, this is kind of a little bit of old news. I think this video clip here, but still, the fact that Mercedes Colwyn does have a very good point there. So it is kind of like a nice refresher that you got to remember what this man allegedly did. There is no way he didn't leave, or that the four didn't leave any DNA of themselves on him. There's just no way. Unless he went and he torched and got rid of every single thing that he used, which is a possibility. But at the same time, I don't know, y'all. It seems like for someone who is so brilliant, right? This man who's concocting, the evil laugh, the evil maniacal laugh. For someone who is, I've planned the perfect murder. He messed it up. Like he really did drop the ball. If he really did do what we all believe he did, okay? He was sloppy, basically, right? So it'd be very interesting, because you got to remember, it's still his car that he jumped back into before he sped off, right? Before he drove off, allegedly. We still got to play the alleged part, okay? But there's still something about it that reeks of this, that reeks of just like, well, it reeks of sloppiness. I think that there's so much that he could have, that I think he overlooked because of maybe the energy in the during the crime, etc., running around trying to, you know what I mean? That I think he may have overlooked so many different things, and that's never good. It's great for us because then we get him caught, and then he gets thrown in jail, and then he gets tried, and then we never see him again, and that evildoer is gone, right? And we get justice for those four. But yeah, I just keep thinking it's very, very sloppy. Avery, thank you so much for the 20. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for the 20. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hey, looky. I appreciate the support. Thank you so very, very much. Okay. Yeah, I didn't miss it, y'all. I see you guys talking and stuff. I didn't miss it every day. I appreciate the support, though. And thank you for the email. I appreciate that as well. Also, the other one, too. I got the other one as well. Leah MT, thank you so much for the 5. Did they ever figure out who that van shoe print belonged to? I know there was speculation on whose it was, but did they ever confirm? So far, from what I understand, no. I have yet to hear anything about that. I really, honestly think that it has nothing to do with the actual event at hand. I think it's one of the kids that was running through the house, finding out that their friends had passed. That's what I truly think. I think that they weren't at that time thinking that, oh, this is a crime scene. I don't think they were thinking anything of that sort. I think they were scared out of their wits. Period. And running around frantic, trying to hopefully save a life. But of course, it was too late. So, and I think when you're in that kind of situation, how often are you going, wait a second, it's a crime scene, everybody. I think you're more emotionally pulled to try to save a friend. And trying to do whatever you can. That's what I firmly believe, that this shoe print, it will come out. It will not be his, or if there's a second assailant or something like that, I think it's from the kids, and it's from just a sad situation. S Dubs, thank you so much. I just want to hear S Dubs. Thank you so much for the 2 S dubs. Appreciate it, S dubs. Thank you so much, S dubs. Yes, Deborah, welcome to the family. Thank you so much, Deborah Erickson. Thank you so much for becoming a family member. Just like Deborah, you can hit that join button down below and become a family member. It's very simple. It says join, you click on it, boom, you support the channel. Okay? I really, really appreciate it. Yes. Yes. And Lily Black. Yes. Yes. They're very young. Okay. They're very, very young for sure. Lisa Lapp just said, I'm waiting to see my doctor, listening to Pascal in the room. Well, I appreciate you listening to me, and tell your doc that I don't know. Don't give her no shots. Not right now. Okay. No pokes. All right. But the information that we have right now, yeah, there's going to be more information that's going to be unsealed or released here very, very soon. I'm sure of it. Okay. I'm sure of it. It's only a matter of time that we're going to get more information here soon. Right. But getting this information here about the items that they do have, period, they have stuff. It's just showing proof positive that they have information, they have items of clothing that can tie him closer to the situation. Maybe those clothes have hair from the dog, right? From Murphy, right? Maybe there's hair, DNA from the victims on these clothes. Maybe his sneakers, because he was wearing black and white size 13 Nike shoes. And if he wore those, like, you know, he's not a rich kid. You see, he's driving his mama's car right now. Come on. He's a PhD student. He ain't making no monies. So who's to say he's going, I'm going to hold on to my sneakers? Because those sneakers, them mugs be expensive. Right? So what are the chances of him thinking that he scrubbed all of it off and he didn't? And then they find out that there's stuff on there. And you also got to remember, too, they have his social media. They see what's on his phone. And he has a bunch of photos of, well, it seems like it's leaning towards Madison. It's leaning towards Maddie. But they have a whole bunch of photos of Maddie. Had a whole bunch of photos of Maddie. Apparently on his social media, he was going and liking all of Madison's stuff on IG and a few things from Kaylee. But his whole focus was on her. So what are the chances of him actually screenshotting and saving some photos on his phone that happened to be Madison? So this guy already had a fixation, an infatuation with at least one of these girls. And sure, I'm sure all of this was planned, but maybe it wasn't planned all the way down to like the most finite of things. Like I said, the clothes, maybe some of the clothes that he was wearing, maybe the socks, maybe the boxers, you never know. He's sitting there going, well, I ain't rich. Okay. I ain't rich. Like, I ain't going to buy another pair of sneakers. And let me tell you something. Okay. I wear size 14. All right. Seriously. These are 15s. Okay. I'm wearing size 15s Nikes right now. Nikes. Do you know how expensive these mugs are? Do you know how expensive sneakers are? Especially for a dude who got big feet. 13s are not easy to find. You can't just walk into just any place all the time and just find sneakers that fit you. Real talk, I'm telling you, it stops at like 12. And then 13 and on, it's like you either order those or you just get lucky. And 9 times out of 10, they're expensive as hell. Sneakers are not cheap, especially when you got big feet. Man, I'm 6'4", y'all. I'm a big man. I'm 6'4", 260. I'm a big man, okay? I'm a big dude, so I got big feet. You know what I'm saying? And this guy was what, 6'1"? So I can see it. I can see that happening. So think about that. Everybody else, very easy, right? For them to find size 7s, 6. Man, y'all can go to a TJ Maxx or a Marshalls and find some fire shoes for like 7 at like a 7 or a size 7 or 8s. Y'all small feet having a. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm a big guy. I mean, he wasn't, he's little, little man, but skinny man, but still, he's still tall, right? Tall and lanky. Size 13 shoes are very, very hard to find, period. 13, 14, and 15s. And then we wear those shoes until they fall off our bodies. I'm dead ass. At least men do. Okay? So, chances are, he could have been wearing those sneakers at the event of what we are all trying to find the truth about right now. I'm just giving you some truths. Okay? Just giving y'all some truths about all this. It's terrible. All right? And being a guy, tall and all that, it's hard to find clothes our size a lot of time. Okay? That's it. So, yeah, but it's just that, like, I work out. You see what I'm saying? I don't do drugs. There you go. So, Alec, well, we have another conversation about Alec here soon. But anyway, guys, all right, that is the show. Okay. You got some new information from 5-0. They just came out with some new stuff. All right. Yes, big feet, big shoes. All right. But yes, it is very hard to get clothes our size for guys who are big guys. It's tough. Okay. You got to special order that stuff, or you got to spend a pretty penny to get some decent shoes. I'm just being real, or decent clothes. And it sucks. But then that's why guys are guys. We will go back and go buy that same thing over and over and over again because we know it works. We can't really venture out and get, we can't get super experimental, with our clothing. It sucks. But, I like being a big guy, I like being a tall guy, everyone's short in my world, everyone. But we'll see what that kind of information, the flashlight, the surgical gloves, the shirts, everything, even the shoes, we'll see what comes up from it. Okay, we will find out very, very soon. But anyway, guys, I appreciate all y'all for being here. You've been amazing. I told you it'd be a quick pop-up. Appreciate all y'all for being here, chopping it up with me. Please do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. All right? That would really mean a lot. And do not forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you can, share this. Let people know. Let them know. All right? And I will see you guys very, very soon. All right? Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. See you guys in a little bit. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.